Ipswich Buses, your local bus company serving your football team. Buses run every 10 minutes. Avoid the traffic. Don't get stuck in the delay. Get Ipswich Buses today. A single £1.20, a return only £2. Find out more information at www.ipswichbuses.co.uk. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talking Town. Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your Talking Town extra time. Although technically it's Talking Town this evening. That's right. Hands up, first of all of those at home that have spent all day thinking, hang on, wait, today's not a Sunday. Thrown me totally off my game today. It really has. That today is Monday, not Sunday. And yesterday was a football day. So this week should hopefully fly a little bit. And also hands up for those at home who pressed the wrong intro. That would be me. Hence the back to front one you get given there. But welcome. Lots to discuss. A 2-1 victory. As ever, a victory felt so flat and left a lot to be desired, debated, discussed. But it was a 2-1 win. Is it papering over cracks? Is it a foundation piece? I'd love to get your thoughts and feelings on the matter. There will be a live link at some point through the show, as always, so keep your eyes peeled for that if you want to have something you'd like to get off your chest or say about your football club. And, of course, there is a live chat, which you're all getting involved with right this minute. I can see all of you getting in there. You've got Andy, welcome in, Andy. You've got Matt Stannard, Josh Russell, Graham Gunner. He's cold. He's indoors, but it's cold. It is cold tonight. I'm debating whether to actually turn the heating up a degree on the thermostat. And for those that know me, that's a bit like wasting a lot of money. Full intros, please, says the Cruncher. We don't want much tonight, do we, son? You know, look at this on a Monday night. Alex Wilson, welcome in. Missed you on Saturday, Alex. Welcome Sunday. See, I've done it again. Welcome in, Ant. Please, you could make it. Before we could go any further, as I did press the wrong button on the intro, let's just get our TT Fifth Stand Ultras. These are the guys and girls. There are banner waving, celebrating, chant leading Talking Town fans. These are the guys and girls that support us, although we do have to change them because there are a few missing and one or two on there that Matt has driven away courtesy of Philip's chauffeur driven cars. Yes, exactly. But thank you ever so much to all of you wonderful people that have supported us and do support us. We're looking to obviously get a few more tech improvements. So if you do want to support us via monthly or a one-off donation, please head to our Ko-Fi site and support us. I'm going to try and get a couple of reserve pieces of kit. So things like yesterday don't happen, because if you've not seen the full-time fans react show, it's 12 minutes long for a start. And it's not the greatest show, as I said on Twitter earlier, but some really, really good opinions. Prediction League is also going to be opened up at the end of this show, so get those pens and papers handy. You've got that is wrong, that is wrong, that is wrong. It is 3 games this week. I've just done it. That's how I know. Here it is. Ipswich Town versus Barrow, Colchester versus Wigan, and Tottenham versus Norwich. Prediction League is here. We had some movers and shakers. Lee Bayliss was one of the biggest movers this week. Yeah, really good week from Lee Bayliss. And then you got page number 2. Here it is. A couple of movers. And then some sad news, friends. Matt Phillips has gone backwards in the rankings. We had an entry from a chap called Matt Meldrew. I believe that to be Matt Phillips under an alias, so that has disqualified him 3 points. Oh, wait, he's only got 3 points. Back to 0 we go, Matthew. If you are Matt Meldrew and I've got that completely wrong, then do let me know in the comments via DMs. But I'm on to you, Mr. Phillips, trying to get the extra points there. I'm on to you. Tell me it wasn't you. Go on.
Hold on a minute. It's still got my Twitter hashtag next to it. Matt Phillips 73. I should be on 9 points now.
That's how I... No, 9 points. You only got one question right.
No, I said 2-1 Ipswich Crewe. And I said 1-1 Colchester.
After they kicked off?
No, I've done it beforehand. Get that bloody 9 points right now.
You're such a lion.
You know the effort I've gone to climb this table.
I will. Stewards inquiry will be looked into, but I saw Matt Mildew. I didn't even see the Twitter handle, to be fair to you.
Oh, come off! It says Matt Phillips 73 next to it.
I didn't look that far. I just looked at Matt. I actually wrote it down and went to put it in and thought, hang on. He's calling himself Victor Meldrew these days. It must be mad. I'm not having this. Trying to cheat the system.
I'm not cheating any system. No, I'm on
okay,
nine.
So Matt Meldrew's got 6 points. Matt Phillips has 3 points. You're beating yourself, Matt. New levels of expertise being shown. Well, it's nice of you to join us, first of all. Let's get that out of the way, because yesterday you didn't bother showing up at all.
No, and see what happens in the full-time show. Shambles.
Absolute shambolic. Yeah, the only person not there is the one person trying to help me. My phone's going off, and it's Matt Phillips ringing me, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. He's the one person not really able to help me, but he's trying to help me. Whereas Rich, he looked like some sort of a rock star. He had a group of people around him. I thought he was signing autographs at one point, Matt. It was mental.
Now, the pre-match show was very good. I enjoyed that. Colin and Lee got a bit feisty of each other.
Lee Brown and Colin. Fight! Yeah.
You were eyeing people's lunches.
Oh. The Davises had a lovely portion of chip with some curry sauce. More curry sauce than chips, my favourite. And then, the pork bap. I thought it was a burger, but apparently it was a pork bap. He said he'd get me one next time. So
you're well positioned there to see what people are buying from the burger place, aren't you?
Yeah. Normally, though, I'd just see the people behind the camera, but obviously Ben couldn't make pre-game, you couldn't make pre-game, so instead we had Lloyd on his own, and then we had two people around him with food, and I was just like...
Colin was there, wasn't he? I liked Colin's scarf, by the way. That's one of my regrets, that not buying one of those at the San Siro, because it was half and half. I feel like I wish I'd got one now.
He saved himself by saying it's only half and half he had, but it was terrible. Stephen Davis, curry and chips. Thank you very much, Mr. Davis. £5, curry and chips. More curry sauce than chips. It looked divine. I think on Saturday I might have to start the show with a curry and chips.
I think I've ever had the curry sauce with chips.
Have you not?
It's not. No, I don't really like curry very much, do I? You know. So I would not go to the sauce. If I'm not a fan of the curry, I'm not going to go to the sauce, am I?
What is wrong with you? What is wrong? You don't like curry?
I don't mind it. But it's not something I would order.
I literally have it like 4 times a week in this house. I would live off curry if I could. Love it. That and burgers. Curry burger. That's the next invention that needs to happen.
Actually, having it 4 days out of 7 suggests to me that over 50% of your diet is curry.
And the other 50% is burgers. Anyway, let's complete the trio and then get into Ipswich Town versus Crewe. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Town versus Crewe in the chat from now. We'll get those on the... James says, don't like curry, bin him off, Gov. Absolutely. He's all about the Romanian red wine, is old Matt Phillips.
I like Chinese food. I like Chinese food best.
Get him a Boncho and a Boona, says Away Day Beers. Look at that. Look, Away Day Beers. Get your beers in for the lads. Absolutely love it. Away Day Beers Company's a great T-shirt, that. £20 from Duncan Farrow. There you go. You know what? We're 25 quid, Matt. You could nearly get 2 ITFC Legends packs. No, wait. You could get 2. Well, it's $14.99. So nearly you could get 2.
You've made up for the subscribers that we lost on Friday now with these guys.
No. There was no we in the losing process. It was all you.
That was me thinking he was agreeing with me. I'm sorry.
No,
I like you facts, can you?
But yes, ITFC Legends Pack, $14.99. You've got the Christmas beers. Ince pies is very nice. Have you had an Ince pie yet?
Oh, I've done numerous packets of them already.
What, mince pies or Ince pies?
Mince pies.
No, I said Ince pies.
Ince pies. No, I haven't got any Ince pies yet. Although I see the Bundeslager has made it into one of the packs Josh is doing, which is my favourite.
So, yes. Not surprised that the European ultra of the platform is all over the Bundeslager. But absolutely delightful. Right, get those comments in. Town 2, Crewe 1. What did you make of yesterday's game? Paper over the cracks? A cornerstone to build upon? What did you make of it as we get him in? I know you. What the fluffer?
There it is. Look, he could play in our midfield. That guy.
Merry Christmas.
Let me just have a look at the diary here. Right, diary says extra Gov Matt Rich F1 show Monday 29th of November. November, not December. Take the bloody. What's underneath it?
Do you really want to say?
No, I don't. I just want to make sure before I just take it off because I know what you're like. YouTube have severe rules on
nothing under it. It's a bit warm.
Then you leave it on, son. You leave it on. You leave it on.
Josh has only got. You saying about the ITFC Legends pack? He's only got 10 left. 10 box warning.
Well, there's 133 people watching right now, right? Now, I don't want to force anybody to go and buy one, but I reckon we probably get all 10 gone. I reckon.
Yeah, come on. Great Christmas present.
Absolutely. Christmas present, yeah, to yourself.
Yeah.
So it's so good. You don't want to be giving it away. You've had a mince pie.
I've not had that yet. I've got 2 bottles of that.
Oh,
I've had Christmas Sacca.
Oh, how was that? I've not had that one. How was
Very
that?
nice. I've got the beat on the go tonight. Very good.
Okay.
Has
All right.
the mince pie got a little festive flavour to it then?
Yes, I would say it probably. I would say it has actually. Yeah, I had it
well with chips and curry sauce.
Well, funny you should say that. I had it with chips. I had it with a burger and chips. It was a chicken. It was a double chicken burger, mayo, lettuce, all the works, chips.
What a diet he has, Matt. You don't like food, do you?
It went down a treat.
No, I don't like eating.
Well, no, don't worry. I'll do it for us both.
Burger, is that like a quadruple roll thing, or is that you got 2 bits of chicken in it?
Bread, all the gumpy stuff, which I do eat because I do like to, maintain a vision of health. Chicken, then there was some bacon and some onion rings, then chicken again, then just a dollop of big old mayo at the bottom.
What time did you have this? What time was this?
Like
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock?
No, it wasn't today. It wasn't today.
No, wait, what time did you have it? That is a lot of food right there.
Oh, the Bears were playing the Lions. It was Thanksgiving, so about 8 p.m. About 8 p.m. Beautiful it was.
If I could get
baby.
If I could get everything I needed in just one tablet, I'd have that instead. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. So I make up for what you don't eat. Do not worry. We have an equilibrium on the platform. Ben Moore, teams beat the press, then counter us, and we can't seem to deal with it. Poor performance, okay. Yes, the win is a win, but it's effing Crewe. Rob Smith, yesterday summed up our season, up and down. Irvin, good game. We allowed Crewe to get a sniff of a chance by not taking our chances.
When Ben come on the pre-match show, is it wrong of me to say I was sitting there just counting off the swear words? Ding, ding. It was like the Don's bullshit-ometer thing. Do you remember that? Ding.
It was, yes. Bears, yes, the Bears did finally win a game, so we'll be eating that burger until they lose. But yes, come on, yesterday, Sunday. It's thrown me, but yes, it was yesterday. It was Sunday. What do we make of it, Rich? Obviously, you were at the game, fans react show. What do you make of it sat here now on a Monday night?
It's really weird in our fan base. We win and we're still not happy. And we boo. Some of them booed the team off after winning at home to Crewe. Get in the bin if you're one of them people who are booing. That's nonsense. That is nonsense because you have to wake up this morning. Look, I know we didn't play well. We had spells because we do in every game. But we got the 3 points. And if you wake up on Monday morning being miserable, like you probably did, Matt, that we won, football is not for you. Go and do something else.
Look, we've said this before, like in Spain, if like a Barcelona or someone, they're not playing well and the crowd have their white hankies round. Bobby Robson was winning like 6-0 against the team because he wasn't playing in the style they wanted. They weren't happy with the victory. We got the victory yesterday, but we didn't play in the style we wanted. So I can understand why people boo. I probably would not boo. I don't think I've ever booed ever in the stadium, other than maybe when we lost 4-1 at Bolton and got relegated. Remember that from the Premier League? At the Reebok Stadium. We were like 4-0 at half time. I was a bit wild that day. Do you know what I mean?
Jamie Clapham got a good goal that day, Matt.
Yeah, I didn't clap that.
Why didn't you clap that?
What? We were 4 down, about to be relegated.
Yeah, it never helps, does it? That never ever helps.
Nice. We didn't play well at all yesterday. I mean, look, we were playing Crewe, bottom of the table, who haven't won at home. They've won 2 games all season. The least you expect is a good performance against the bottom of the table team, cobbled together by 3 transfers. That David Artell's never spent a penny on a transfer. They've all been loans and freebies, and there we were hanging on at the end.
I think he had 7. He had 7 academy players in that starting 11, Matt. 6 or 7 were playing.
That Thomas Lowry was a good player, wasn't he? The kid in the middle, young lad in the middle.
He impressed me when he came on. Mikel Mandaron.
Yeah, he's their
Couldn't
top
handle him,
scorer.
could we? Couldn't handle him.
They played him at right wing back. He's their top scorer. He's a striker, I think.
No, we definitely couldn't handle Mandaron when he came on. That's for sure. But it was a real funny game. What was it like? Sat in the comfort of your own living room at 19 degrees, as you were telling us earlier.
Yeah, I have to say I was dozing a little bit. That's why I keep saying I'm going back to the Lambert 2.0. I was like, it was good. I went to BBC. I listened to it on BBC Stoke because you can flip between the home and away. So I went BBC Stoke. Really good commentary team. They got everyone's names wrong. So Christian Walton was Christian Williams. Selena was Cellini, the geezer from Italy, the captain. So that was a bit shambolic. But yeah, they thought when Ipswich were booing or getting riled, they kept saying, "Oh, is this a sense of entitlement we're hearing at Portman Road? They think they should be 3-0 up against us." You know, are we feeling entitled? Really?
I think a lot of our fans do. I think a lot of our fans just think we're going to rock up there. We're just going to steamroller every team.
We've not been there the last 20 years. There's no entitlement to our fans. They just want something a bit better, I think.
Listen to this.
Hang on.
Listen to this.
It's you who didn't go. You threw your toys out of the pram because we lost 2-0 at home to Rotherham. I'm not going to any more night games. I'm going to stream them. Sit home on a
Saturday, I'm not going to be there until it's warmer.
Did you say throw your toys out the pram?
It's absolutely embarrassing.
And that is, yeah, there we go.
Again Wednesday, probably.
And that is embarrassing. Every time you say something embarrassing, I'm going to hit that every single time. It's absolutely embarrassing. You're not turning up.
It wasn't great, guys. And if I was a Crewe fan and I'd listened to David Artell's interview after the game, they were probably worth a point, Matt, on that second half display.
Part of me wanted them to equalise with about 10 minutes to go to see if we had the minerals that should go on and win it. I'm pretty certain we wouldn't have done.
What a fan you are. What a fan you are, wanting Crewe to score.
I'm just looking at the bigger picture. You're going to get disappointed when it all falls down again.
I'm not.
Don't worry, we've got somebody who has taken the gauntlet up towards the end of the show. He's going to come on and lay off the smack it down.
I hope he does.
It was a strange game, Mike, because if you look at it, we could easily have won 5-0, couldn't we, with the chances we missed, but we didn't play well.
No. What
chances did we miss that could have won 5-0?
It was like the bloody cavalry in the second half.
Hang on. Listen, Bond missed 2 absolute sitters.
Bond towards the end, yeah, that's 3.
What about the one where he put it over the bar where Selena squared it to him from about 6 yards?
I suppose that's 4-1.
What about Edwards when he took on 3 players, beat them?
Oh, he's still got a lot to do there, though, to be fair.
He's got to score. He's got to hit
the target. Not score, but got to hit
score.
the target. That's for sure.
Well, none of these hit the target, Rich. If you'd said they'd hit the target or hit the post or the bar or whatever, I might have agreed with you. But the fact is, we had to rely on a really good block from Donatian in the dying embers of the game to take a point away.
We did. Left early again. No, I didn't leave early this time because sadly Town couldn't keep a 2-0 lead up. I was going to. If they
The Chaplin header.
He was offside.
He was offside. See, if you're there, you can see that in your vision that he's offside, but then you weren't there, so then you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't have seen he was offside from your position. You were at the other end.
No, I saw the linesman with his flag in the air, mate. It's always a big indication that, you know.
We probably saw that on the cameras.
It's always a big indication that the lineman with his flag up does generally mean.
I like how I'm no longer a proper fan because I didn't go to the game. You're now sort of slating half of our audience who are watching from around the world.
Oh, mate. I got an email this morning. Big up, Jerry. Got an email from Jerry, who lives in Australia, right?
Oh, yeah. You said this. Yeah.
Not going to a game because you live in Australia is one thing. Not going because you live in Chelmsford and you can't be bothered.
Let me tell you, I was able to do family activities, have a nice little lunch. Then I watched the game, drop my son off somewhere. It's great. Streaming is the way forward during the winter, I've decided.
I do agree with you when you're sat and freezing your proverbials off. It is a bit of a tricky, wicket. You do think.
What was colder, yesterday or the Middlesbrough game? What was colder? He looked like yesterday.
What, the Borough game under Hurst?
No. On Tuesday. I'm not talking about the Borough game. The Rotherham game.
Rotherham game. I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
It got colder second half, didn't it? I was all right first half, and then second half it was bloody freezing.
Yeah. My advice to the Americans when they come over, well, I'd stay wherever you are. It's probably much warmer. But I was literally, I was wearing I was wearing long johns, pair of trousers, 2 pairs of socks. Bear in mind, I can't feel one on my feet. 2 pairs of socks, and the other foot now I couldn't feel either. Then I was wearing 2 vests,
The heated
a
one?
t-shirt, possibly, can't confirm or deny. A
Definitely.
t-shirt,
Definitely.
a jumper, a hoodie, and a coat. And I was still absolutely freezing.
Well, let me tell you, everyone have a go at me in the comments. Who's got their ticket to Barrow? Because Richard's already got mine for me. I'll be there Saturday. Who's going to be there? 8 to 10,000? What are we thinking?
Do you know, I might have a stomach ache.
Might get. I've done a bit of scouting for us, Matt, on Saturday. 164 Barrow fans at Sutton. Fair play to them.
Yeah.
And I did have, Martin, before we move on, I did have chips and curry sauce from Jenny's Kitchen.
Oh,
Absolutely spot on.
Big up Jenny's Kitchen.
Great little club. Great club, Sutton. Brilliant club. I was in the queue. I was even in the queue, and this guy said to me, Cruncher, what are you doing here? And it was a guy who follows me on Twitter. He's got a season ticket for Sutton and a season ticket for Town.
I thought you were going to say it was Paul Cook.
No, Sarah Davis. It was bloody freezing. You're absolutely right. Even though the fans' react show didn't quite go to plan, it's nice to see the people around the camera like Sarah. And
what I liked was Ben's dad. Ben was holding the phone, recording me and Colin, freezing because you can actually see him shaking. But he's got his hand like this, and his dad's putting his glove on for him. Brilliant.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's community. That is.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. And teamwork. I love that.
Yeah. And before I trimmed it out, there was I'm sure there's me on camera because the chat is saying
I heard
we can't hear you. We can't hear you. So tell them all to fucking turn their volume up.
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah. You did. Like this.
What do you want me to do? I'm in freezing cold. You can't hear it. We'll try turning it fucking up a bit. Make sure you've maximised every possible way forward before you come to me with more problems. Poor Lloyd, good old Lloyd. We got Matt Stanner. What do you make of the post-match interview? I think Paul Cook knows he's the manager. I don't think Paul Cook knows he's the manager. I think he sees himself more as a fan, and wonder if that's the issue. That's just It's just manager talk, though, isn't it? Isn't it a way of endearing himself to you? A bit like Mark
voice change, Matt, about 2 minutes in, the voice change.
It does, yeah. I just find it really peculiar that suddenly he sort of views it in this third person. I think it's really odd because it's, all the things he's saying is not very good. It's his responsibility. It's really weird.
Some guy sat in the couple lower with a t-shirt.
Yeah, some people in shorts, don't you? I saw a couple of people at the Rotherham game in shorts.
Yeah, I see a guy coming out yesterday in shorts.
Lee Bay, 20 degrees warmer down where you lot are than up here. Yeah, fair point. Welcoming
Crewe shorts on this morning, Matt. I had my shorts on at work this morning, -4.
Yeah, you're sort of at work, you're shorts or weatherman, aren't you?
Yeah, shorts all the way.
Where's a question for you then? Do you think had Crewe scored at the end yesterday and it was finished 2-2? Do you think it would have been the end of Cookie then?
No.
I hope so. I would have. My thoughts.
I hope so, mate.
Yeah. Bolton.
Well, look, my mate's in the chat again. Mario Tarico. Cruncher, glad you tried to get Magilton tax. If you actually get my name right, it is actually Bedsheet. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Ben Moore with our
Johnny come lately, old Tarico then?
that we can go and beat Wigan or Charlton. We have managed to struggle against Crewe and didn't lay a glove on Rotherham. Yep. Ben's not there Saturday or Wednesday. Ben's going for the.
If you say that, Martin, if you say that we're not going to beat Charlton or Crewe, I went to Portsmouth. Portsmouth were absolutely woeful. We beat them 4-0. They've not lost the game since then, and now they're 5 points clear of Town. So it can change around very quickly in football.
Their keeper did have a mare that night. Come on, he gave away at least 2 of the goals.
Yeah, but they were still shit. They were woeful.
Yeah, they didn't play well. We
John
got a
Mark
good time there.
Awful.
And we've not really been that good since. What was it? Pompey and Wickham, and then it's been downhill since. I mean, what
do you think the cups have hampered us, Matt? Do you think the cups have hampered us? I think because we went from Wickham, and then we had the cups, didn't we? And then we had the Oxford game.
Not much of an excuse, though, is it? Another football match has hampered us. Maybe, I don't know. But we played the Oldham game was pretty much the same team, wasn't it?
True.
Other than maybe Burgess come in, didn't he, instead of Coulson? I don't get that really, but I mean, mate, you never know what's going on behind the scenes, do you? I would say it's unlikely, but
did anyone
it's nosedive since?
Did anyone impress you yesterday?
Scott Fraser.
Really?
Scott Fraser, yeah, he played. I thought he played all right in that midfield too. To be fair,
Other than it was getting overrun in the second half, we've got to have the slowest midfield in the league. It's so slow. In fact, we might have the slowest team in the league. So slow. Just lack any energy whatsoever. Look at Crewe, bottom of the table, 2 wins all season, not an away win. You know, one of the lads has just done his GCSEs last year. They seemed more up for it than us. Okay, you go 2-0 up, don't you? And everyone goes, oh, it's the most dangerous league in football because you can get into a bit of a comfort.
Have you spoken to Colin Martin about what he was singing to Ben Knight?
No.
So Ben Knight came down to the North Stand and he was warming up, and there was a few of them started singing "One Greedy Bastard" because he obviously went to Man City, and this bloke turned around and had a go at Colin, but then Collins proceeded to stare this guy out, Matt, and after about 10 minutes into the second half, this guy's gone. I said, you scared him off.
He's giving it to Ray Winston's, Colin. He's giving it to Ray Winston. I mean, look, you're Ben Knight. You were at Ipswich, Man City, one of the richest clubs in the world. They're going to put all you and your siblings through private school, house you. No one's saying no to that. It's like you've hit the lottery. I would say, though, it was a pretty good move for Ipswich to get rid of him, judging by those highlights in his hair when he ran on.
Dodgy, very. We were trying to sort of work out he was a bit like Howard Jones, you know? Shocking now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Remember Howard Jones, Martin, or was that before your time?
No, a bit before my time, that I'm afraid. But Ben Knight's hair was interesting, but also their number, the bloke who went off towards the second half, he had the same sort of similar hair, obviously same hairdressers, I would have thought.
Was that Regan Griffiths, was it?
No,
was it Regan Griffiths?
No, I want to say Heskett? No, Hackett? Something like that. It was there. Yes, that's the one. And I think you've got to be brave if you're playing for Crewe with hair like that. You've got really good, as in like, you know, brave enough to be really good. Otherwise, you just look a bit of a fool.
You remember last season when we played them? They played some good stuff, didn't they? I think we would. Did we beat them 2-0 in the end? But they were decent.
They've lost. Charlie Kirk went. And the fullback's gone to Blackburn. What's the lad who played left back, Matt?
Perry NG when it went to Cardiff.
Yeah, but then the other one, was it Pickering? Played left back. He's at Blackburn now.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Pickering.
That's what they do, isn't it? That's what they do. They bring these youngsters through Crewe. It's the way they survive.
I think Dave Artell could still be a really good. Well, he is a good manager. He's juggling dust at the moment. He would be great for Ipswich, but how would you ever justify someone who's bottom of the table coming in at Ipswich Town?
They did push us. You know, we you know, it was very close.
What Ipswich remind me of is like, I'm going back to my boxing here, mine, like a bloated heavyweight, not as good as what they used to be, and they're kind of just going through the motions a little bit. Other than Selena, which was a great goal. But I mean, look, had they got back to 2-2 with 10, 15 minutes to go, I would have been worried. Because they was all over us. The bottom
they got the goal and they were all over us.
But Lee Anderson will come on, and Lee Anderson will tell you, if Bond scores that, it's 3-0 and it's game over.
Well, Lee can say whatever he wants because he said if we play to our powers.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying if Crewe equalised. I'm saying if Bond had scored. It's if buts and maybes, man.
If we're on our game,
we got the 3 points. At the end of the day, we got the 3 points and we move on to the next game.
I'd like to pick up on what Ben's saying before I bring a few people in for their thoughts. The one time we didn't need to change formation, we changed it. Evans didn't offer anything really. So we've been calling for Cook to change the shape in game. The one game he doesn't need to make the change.
But they were overrunning us. They were overrunning us. The thing with Cook the thing is with Cook, with some people, he's damned if he does and he's damned if he don't. Because people like you, Martin, will pick holes in him whatever he does. No. You will because you've said you've nailed your colours to the mast. You're not a Paul Cook fan. Whatever he does, it'll always be wrong in your opinion. It will be. You can sit there and say no, but it's the fucking truth. I tell you, and it does my head in.
We were not getting overrun before he made that change. Not a chance. We were in firm control.
Rich, we were so stretched, weren't we? We were so stretched.
Yeah.
Not a chance. Not the way I saw it. We were in control.
Did we stay at control? Because you were there. Did we stay at 4-2-3-1? Was that still the?
No, we went to a 4-3-3 with a 1 and a 2. So Morsey with 2 ahead.
See, now that would have made sense at 2-0 to go 4-4-2 because at least you can defend in like 2 banks of 4, can't you? Protect the lead a little bit. They don't like it. That never goes to 4-4-2, does it? Unless we're really chasing the game.
I'm not kissing Cook's backside, Power. What's your name?
Andy. His name's Andy.
Well, why don't you have your proper name and your proper picture on there instead of fucking putting nonsense like that
He's
in the chat?
been at the bloody
There
server.
he is.
You've
There's a
met
live
him.
link in the chat. Come on and speak
You've
to
met
me.
him. He don't have to because he's echoing what I'm telling you. And you're suddenly coming.
Why are you sort of, because yesterday's papered over the cracks, isn't it? No doubt.
Oh, that's nonsense. That's a nonsense.
Well, all right, we'll see after Charlton and Wigan and see if you're the same opinion.
I'll be there, Matt. You'll be sitting in your fucking living room, in your pants, drinking your wine. The proper fans will put the miles in on the road. They'll go to these games and they'll back the team.
Makes no difference. It makes
all right, let's get Stephen in. Stephen, he'll be very positive, I'm sure.
Difference if you're there or not.
Why does it make no difference?
What did you make of it yesterday?
Because the crunch is in the crowd. Because the crunch is in the crowd, they're going to pick their game up. I don't even think so. It'll be still the same.
Me. There's 3,100 going to Charlton. Why are we all bothering then? Why are we bothering going?
It's your choice. It's your choice.
I've got a couple of observations. Yeah.
Which is talking nonsense?
No. At the end of the day, we should have scored more. Yeah. We were very profligate. Yeah, should I say? Yeah.
Yep.
Should they have got a draw? On chances, no. You can argue the fact, well, if they'd have scored that, they'd have got a draw. But if we'd have scored 3 of the others, they wouldn't have got a draw. So on chances, no, a draw wasn't a fair result. But bugger I tell, you don't know what he's talking about. Yeah. What seems to happen is we score, even Cook doesn't know why we do this. We drop off. That's the players. They stop doing what they started doing. And the rest of the first half until that second goal, they just let them come on to them. Even Cook doesn't know why they're doing that. That's why he's as frustrated as everybody else. The players just seem to get a goal and then go in themselves and stop bloody playing. And I'm thinking well, tell them that's what they're doing. And he must be telling them and they keep doing it. So I don't know what the bloody hell is a problem, but that is a problem. But my point I'm trying to make is everybody's saying we're not going to beat Charlton, we're not going to beat Wigan. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They ain't the big I ams.
Hang on, breaking news. This is nonsense. Messi won the Ballon d'Or, Matt. What a load of fucking
bullshit. Bond's got more than him.
It's over the last 2 years, isn't it? Because they missed last year, I think. I would have thought Lewandowski might be, but
if you divide, I tell you what, I was looking at who was nominated. If you divide his goals by 2, Salah got more last year. Salah's had more. Salah's had twice as many as him in 2 years. What he gets it. He should have gone to Salah easy. He's been the best striker for the last 2 years. Anyway, that's beside the point.
Roy Clark here, Martin. Look at Roy Clark here. I'm such a defeatist. It's called realism, Roy.
No, it's called opinions, and we've all got them.
Realistic opinions. By the way, Stephen, let me just stop you there. I'm just going through my records here. And it appears you've only been to 1 game this season, so therefore you're not a proper fan. So therefore Richard's going to discount everything you're saying.
I'm not asked.
I'll tell you what, Matt. He's been to 1 more away game than you have.
Yeah, I was at Berry Town. What are you talking about?
Oh, fuck.
No, I've got the Wigan ticket.
You didn't even go to Cambridge.
Carry on, Steve.
I'll see you there. I'll see you there.
I will. But what I was saying is, everybody's worried about these Charlton and this Charlton away and this Wigan away. Let's not forget we played Portsmouth away and won. We played Wickham away and won. Especially midweek, we seem to have a good record midweek away, if nothing else. Yeah. So let's stop being so bloody defeatist. Booing sides after a win. Yeah. When that win, at the end of the day, didn't matter how it came. We could have had a drilling goal off his arse. It doesn't matter. We were in a bad run. You've got to get a result. Doesn't matter how it happens. I didn't care whether it was 5-0 playing like Barcelona or 1-0 playing like, I don't know, Dartford. I didn't care. We needed to get a win and we needed to start getting a W next to our name just to give the team confidence. There's 2 things in football that's so important. If you've got neither, you'll not win. That's luck and confidence. Yeah? You can win with just luck, but you can't win with neither. You can win with one of them, you can't win with both of them, without both of them. And the top of it, we weren't getting any luck, and we've not had any luck for ages. And we just hadn't got, we didn't have that confidence. I think that draw against Oldham really took it out of us. Because that was a full strength side against Oldham. I think that team got really deflated, thinking, they were going to rock up there and do a number on them just after Wickham game. And I really thought that brought them down. And it really dented their confidence. And it's all stemmed from that, And we've had a really bad run since then. And it's took this game, and all they get was booze. I'm sorry. It was going to be something like that. These teams aren't down there. These teams are down there, yeah, because they're not very good. But they've also got one thing that the teams at the top aren't doing. They're fighting for their lives. They're the most dangerous teams in these leagues because they know the difference. If they don't win, they're going down. They will chase down everything just to get a result. And that's why they did well. Top and bottom of it is, it was a damn good result against a very dangerous Crewe side who are going to cause some shocks this season. And I still say that because they're a good side. They had a decent striker.
Hang on, I disagree with that. They're not
that
good
good,
side. They've won 2 games.
No,
They've
won 2 games out of 20. They're not that dangerous.
If they, had a decent,
goal difference.
if they had a decent striker, which they might invest in one in a loan in January, that they could cause a few shocks.
They played
So you deny at times they played through us.
Mike D, why aren't we fighting for our lives?
Exactly.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. It seems like Cook sets the team up and everybody's blaming Cook. Yeah. And I notice this. He sets the team up, they go out, they get a goal, and they just sit off. Cook hasn't told them to do that. They just do it themselves. As if we've got a goal now, we'll win this one, no problem. And then they get a sting in the tail, they can't get themselves going again. And that's the problem. Once you sit back and go into first gear and you concede a goal and you go 1-1, it's hard to get going again. Right. You've got to keep going and finish them off, and they're not doing. And until they learn that, we're going to struggle.
That's Cook's responsibility. He's on the touchline. He's communicating to the players.
If mentally they keep doing it themselves on the pitch, there's sod all he can do about it. He can tell them till they're blue in the face. Yeah. If they do it instinctively, maybe it's a mental thing. I don't know. But
can I just ask you a question, Stephen? Can I just ask you a question? So we've got some good players, right?
Yeah.
We play as individuals and not as a team. That's what I think.
Yeah. Everybody's. It was especially. I noticed it when I went to that Oldham game. Yeah. Everybody else is looking for somebody else to take responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Every time especially when we got to their box, we're all there saying shoot, and they were going for a pass, and it took El Mazzuni to have a shot, and it went in. It's like everybody else didn't want to take the opportunity, didn't want to take the chance, just in case they missed it, and the confidence was so low that they were just like, "Here, you have a go. I'm not going to go. I don't want to be shouted at." You know what I mean? And it was like that, and that's what happens. And I think that's what this win could dispel, the fact that we've actually got a win. It wasn't good. It wasn't nice. It was ugly. But it doesn't matter sometimes. Like I said, when Sunderland beat us, they were crap. Yeah? But what's happened since? They've won 2 games in a row. That's because they got confidence from that game. Sometimes confidence is so important and it can set you on a mini run. And that's what we need. It may not, but we've got to try.
Okay. Stephen, as always, appreciate you coming on. Look after yourself. Thank you very much. Good comments, as always, from Stephen. Andy says teams have sussed out one and only Cook tactic. You say about individuals there, Rich. Doesn't that sort of give a bit more power to playing your preferred 11 in these excessive games that you've got? Because, if you played the 11 in the 3 Papa Johns already, this would be their 24/25th game of the campaign. That's 4 more games to build an understanding, is it not?
But you've got to get minutes into people. I've got a question for you,
Why?
Matt. How many minutes since the end of August has Joe Pigott played of league football? I don't know if you see it.
You text me this earlier, so I know the answer.
Did I tell you?
Those in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. But surely, if you want the chemistry that comes with playing games, you have to absolutely ensure they're playing games, do you not?
Yeah, but we're in this mindset all the time that at Ipswich, we've only ever been competing in one competition, which is always the league, prioritises over everything else, which I understand about. But we said right at the top of the season, that Newport game on, you said it yourself. The team that finished Morecambe should start the game against Newport. You didn't see it. And I think we've been playing catch up since then because they were going through this gelling process. And like Rich says, you want to get minutes into legs. But they were just spreading that right across the squad, weren't they? Didn't help.
Rob Holmes, he nearly got another 30 seconds yesterday. Yes, he did get himself ready to come on.
Ready to go.
Told to sit down. 12 minutes, says Mike D. 30 minutes, says Ben Moore. 39 says Matt Whitting. What's the answer?
48 is the answer.
Just brief.
48 minutes. Just over
8 minutes since the end of August.
That is ridiculous.
The guy who scored 20 plus goals last season.
Yeah.
Fishing with Nick, Crewe aren't getting hammered in the league games. They just struggled to score, and that showed it yesterday.
Yeah,
showed
well,
yesterday.
as we said earlier, they've had to get rid of their best players, and they don't spend any money on transfers whatsoever. And then they were nearly taking a point home from us.
Alex, what did you make of
Hi,
yesterday?
Alex.
Hi guys, right?
Hi, mate.
Very well.
I wasn't at yesterday because I was working, unfortunately. So I've not been at a game since before the Sunderland game. I want to come on and clarify a few points if I can. Obviously, I came out after the Sunderland game and said, because there was a lot of cookout at that point and bits and pieces. And I came out and said that, long project, let's, what does getting rid of Cook now, what does that achieve? And then people were coming back at me saying, you make it sound like we sack managers all the time. That wasn't the point that I was making. I know we don't sack managers all the time, but if we got rid of Cook now, my argument's always been this: who do you have come in? And then do you spend another 6 months, another year, saying, oh, that's Cook's squad, it's not my squad. So you've got to get Cook players out to get your own players in. Getting rid of Cook now does not achieve anything.
On that point, though, I think I disagree with that 100% because I think that goes against what I believe the club's becoming. I believe the club's becoming a more analytical driven recruitment policy that will mean less and less who's in charge and more on Ashton and Rolls and people in that. And Luke, is it Luke Wearing, his name?
Yeah,
those type of figureheads that will drive, like the Tete Yengi signing from Australia. Cook's even admitted, never seen him play, but and they brought him in. So I disagree on that point. But carry on. Sorry, Alex.
And I do think that is the one. What we've got to remember for the last 14 years is that we would have Paul Jewell, Paul Hurst, and Evans would almost make that jump before it's too late. The comfort we've got to take right now is we've got an ownership, we've got a structure in place now that will act if it needs to. I just think we need to be a little bit less, not knee jerk, but let's I just don't see what we have not had the season we want, but I think we do more damage if we make that jump now, because then you've got to bring in a new manager with new philosophies, and you've got to rejig that thing. And on the result yesterday, we all said, we all want to go and hammer Crewe 5-0, but at the end of the day, with how things have gone after losing to Sunderland, after losing to Rotherham, the performance. I'm not going to say the performance doesn't matter, but what was most important at yesterday was we got 3 points. To all those people that are sort of saying it should have been an amazing performance, what would you rather? I had played free flowing football. Can't speak, sorry guys. And then got sucker punched by a Crewe goal, or played badly and won 2-0. The most important thing at the moment isn't performance, it's points. Agree
with that. Yeah, I'm happy we won.
We all want the performance and the points. That is blue sky thinking. But with what we've been through after the losing against Rotherham, the losing against Sunderland. Let's face it, we didn't deserve to lose at Sunderland. We didn't. We played well, and we just got undone. I wasn't there Tuesday, but from what I've heard, we were nowhere near. So let's just put that to bed now. We're not Rotherham, we're not Sunderland, we're Ipswich, and you've got to think. Look at Rotherham. They're a yo-yo club that know how to get to this league. A lot of Rotherham players have been together a lot longer than our squad have been.
Yeah,
and I do think that what you're sort of seeing in the midfield yesterday was something that I'd want to persist with. I'd want to persist with.
Yeah, I agree.
With Fraser and Morsey, then you take Edwards out the spotlight. You put Bersantalina on the left hand side because we know that Bersantalina can play that role, and you put Chaplin in the 10.
It's funny, Alex. You say that Burson was on the left, but where did he score his goal from?
I was just thinking that. Yeah,
but that was great movement from the player. He come in from the left. He ran in, and that's what happens when you got that movement.
We've had 45 minutes here, Martin, and we really should be talking. We're a lot of negative talking. We should be talking about that goal, because that goal is one of the best goals I've ever seen at Portman Road.
Yes, I've written my article today, and I compare it to the Finidi George goal against Sunderland. I say
and I think even with just we're putting Selena out there. What you can almost do. Edward has gone off the ball a lot recently. You know,
is he ever on the ball?
Doing his tricks and not sort of end product. But what you can almost do, put Selena out on that side to begin with, and then you can bring Edward in. You know, if we're in a position to do that, and maybe not having that pressure of being a starter and letting him build himself up again. You know, because we've got to remember about the lad. You know, this is the first year that he's played probably regular, consistent first and been around the first team squad for an extended period of time. Same with Raheem Harper. You know, let's maybe just kind of let those guys go under the radar a little bit. We've got seasoned pros at the club now in St. Selena, in Sam Morsey, but you know, let's just try that. And I think, you know, putting Fraser in that deeper position can maybe play to his strength more, because he's got that time to see that pass and sort of pull the strings in the midfield. Whereas from what I heard on the radio yesterday, because I only finished work at 3:30, so I only got the second half, it all seemed to go to pot even more when Lee Evans came on. I don't know whether that was true, but that. So for me, I would potentially persist with Fraser in that midfield role with Morsey and just see if that gets us somewhere, and let him give him that time to spray that ball out and control that midfield.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
I think for me, I'll go back to this, and I think we just need to maybe not get too high when we lose, not get too high when we win. So if we go and trounce another 4-0 against Wigan, let's not all get up and be like, you know, we're going to HMS Pistol League is back. You know, let's not do that. But at the same time, if we have a result that doesn't quite go our way, let's not kind of go straight back down. Let's just keep level-headed, and let's remember we've got to build and undo 14 years of toxic ownership. That's not good. Teams aren't built over one transfer window.
Do you know what? I keep hearing that, and I'm really struggling to put the toxic decade and what goes out on the pitch together, because we've had 19 new signings. It's got nothing to do with what happened last season, decade before. The only thing you really compare are the factual stuff, and facts don't care for your feelings. You know, like for example, Paul Cook needs to win 7 of the next 9 games to match or better Paul Lambert's points record when Paul Lambert was sacked. 7 of the next 9. That involves games against Wickham, Lincoln, Charlton, Sunderland. That's 4.
Yeah, you can spin facts how you want, Martin, because
that's not spinning a fact. That's not spinning anything.
In his first 34 games, then.
And what? He panned the championship. That's like saying let's take John Lyle's record and compare it to.
We can all look at Lambert's gone, and you need to get over the fact that he's not manager no more.
No, I'm not.
You do.
No, that's fine.
You do.
I know. I'm just no. It's not about that.
You sat here week after week after week defending him. Defending him.
Yeah, I did. Because what was I saying week after week after week after week? The only person, might I add, this squad is not good enough. This squad is not as good as you think it is. And every single time I got told by every Tom, Dick, and Harry, this squad is better than what Lambert can get out of it. Paul Cook turns up, tells you that after 3 weeks of failure. Or however long it was, and you all go, squad's rubbish. Well, I've been fucking saying that for the last 6 months.
That is correct.
Right? So
the 2 of them players who got absolute canned on here are Flynn Downs and Andre Dazelle, and they're playing in the championship.
Well, you know, Aaron Drinnan is a new player away from Paul Cook. No, I'm joking. I'm absolutely joking.
I love him now.
Come on.
I'm joking. That's a slow one, that one. But the point is, the facts don't care for your feelings. And we all, excluding me, obviously, as Richard just said, wanted Lambert removed, thought the squad was better, and it was a higher points total. Can you see 7 wins out of the next 9 in realistic terms, Alex?
No, but then the thing is, all we can do is, as Peter said, go back to basics. And we can only we've got to focus on beating one game. You know, we can't be thinking about 7 out of 9. what we've got to think about now is, well, Pizza Cup. We need to go back to that mindset of one game at a time. Pizza Cup on Wednesday, Barrow on Saturday.
Love a 0-0.
And just beat those teams that we can. Let's not look. I know it's really difficult, and you've got to think we need to sort of keep touch with those of others. It's very easy to look at like the next, 7, 9, 10, 11, however many games you want to look at. But what we need to do is just focus one game at a time, get the points out of that, and then go to the next one. I think you almost set yourself up to maybe be disappointed if you sort of, you say, right, how many points do I want out of the next 5 games? And then it does. What you need to do is maybe think, how many points, one game at a time. And then, I think you almost put too much pressure on it if you start too far ahead. Personally, that's just my opinion.
Fans, Alex. That's fans. We can look at it like that.
Yeah. You're right. Look, Alex, as always, really good points. You always bring fantastic points. We missed you yesterday. Hopefully, you'll be with us on Saturday. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm back. Literally, I don't miss the game now between now and the end of the year because my new job, no more weekends. So
happy days.
Happy
days.
Away games in me as well.
Alex Wilson, we'll be looking forward to your company more often on a Saturday.
Take care, guys.
Look after yourself. Appreciate it. Final words, then, as we round up, because we've got Lee Anderson coming in a second, who wants to challenge Matt one-on-one with the Mogul one after the negativity that we suffered Friday.
I do feel like Alex is right there because we're so far off pace. You might as well just take it one game at a time because we ain't going to finish in the top 2. We're 7 points away from 6th, which going on our points per game record at the moment, we do about 1.3, 1.35 or something.
Yep.
So we're actually 5 games behind everyone on our points per game ratio right now. So you might as well just take it one game at a time. You know what I mean? But I mean, is that why people were frustrated over the performance yesterday? Because we're probably not going to get in the top 6. I'm certainly not going to get in the top 2. Therefore, you just want entertainment, don't you?
No, I think, and maybe Rich can answer this. Maybe you're looking at it. You don't want to get beat by Sunderland and Rotherham, but they're the heavy hitters in the division. Yeah. But if you're a good side, you still go and play Crewe and still beat them comprehensively. We
beat Doncaster comprehensively, and Crewe are below them.
Yeah, but that just shows
me
run of games. I don't know.
That's our 4 home wins, Matt. That's our 4 home wins against the bottom 4 of the league.
Yeah, the only one we've not played is Gillingham at home. Yeah, I mean that speaks volumes, does it not? We've lost to the 2. Other than Wickham, we've lost to the other sides that have come down or drawn with them, and we've beaten the teams that are heading to League 2.
Yeah. Well, we've got 2 cup games coming up soon, and that was a good chance to have 2 wins. And as I say, I'm really hoping this is a corner turned and we can sort of use the Christmas fixtures to springboard ourselves. And I'd love to.
You can have big crowds, so you're going to have to. Look, the atmosphere will be 10 times better than it was yesterday, and then on Tuesday.
Could have a new manager.
What did you think just before Lee comes on? What did you think to the Blue Action display yesterday, Matt?
We didn't see it.
Not bad. They didn't sing though, did they?
Did they show it on?
Even the Crewe radio guys were saying it's very quiet here. You can feel the tension in the air. But yeah, as a display, as a choreography, it's very good. Yeah, takes a lot of time to do that.
Did they show it on iFollow?
Huh?
Did they show it on iFollow?
Yeah.
Wow, fair enough.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
they need to get a guy in the middle with a megaphone who can start the chants off.
Hanging off the barriers at the front.
Yeah, well, however they want to do it, because there was no atmosphere yesterday whatsoever.
Yeah, they said the guys.
I've heard people saying that people don't know the songs that they sing.
Yes, I have seen that myself.
Because we don't sing the old songs that we used to, do we? It's all.
That's because they're all young lads now, aren't they?
I heard.
Well, young lads, isn't it?
I heard on the radio the other day. Is it no limit? And I thought of Boncho Gwenchev. Boncho Gwen. Yeah, absolutely. And I
mean, going back to Selena's goal, I mean, it did remind me of that Finidi one. So I'm glad everyone was on the same page. I think it was better than Finidi's, wasn't it? Because he had the vision to control it. And then
I sent the video on the group of. Do you remember Glenn Hoddle's goal, Matt, against Watford?
Yeah.
Similar to that.
Yeah.
That's
going back a bit.
83, that was. Cantona's goal obviously against Sunderland, Martin.
Yeah.
It
was a great goal. The control, he does look up. The BBC Stoke guys thought he was just punting his luck a little bit. But he does look up, sees the keepers off. I did like the Crewe goalkeeper's name, by the way. It's very 70s, wasn't it? Dave Richards. Got Dave Richards in goal. And he chipped him, and that was beautiful. It's a great goal, fantastic.
Beautiful. All right, we've got a few people waiting to come on. Sorry, guys, not got time for you tonight. I really do apologise. I'm not going to be liked by them. I can feel that hatred coming through. But welcome, Lee. You messaged me Friday. We spoke Sunday. You were not happy. You were not happy. Tell me first of all, what were you not happy about?
What's what, the shirt?
The shirt, yeah.
The hockey one.
One of my coaching shirts for hockey.
Oh, not another fucking coach on the platform. Jesus, Webbs.
What? Another one, you see?
Not another coach on the platform. Oh, all these coaches. Right. We've got to be careful here. Right. What was your issue with Matt? What
you got beef? What's going on? You got beef?
Hang on. Get the clock ready. Get the clock ready.
It's ready. I want to know first of all what it was that brought Lee to the platform.
Well, I think to be fair, Matt made a lot of good points after a few wines. I mean, that was okay, and he kept going on about he only speaks facts. But maybe he does if they're facts in his mind. But the things that really got me was when he said that the signs that were put up outside the Sir Bobby were to paint over the cracks and were just there to butter up the fans. And he said something like that, and that is absolute disgenerous to the club and the owners. That's ridiculous, Matt. You can't say things. Well, you can say things like that, but it's not true. That just really hurt me. That not hurt me and hurt the club. The club, the owners are not owners that are going to look at cheap ways of buttering up fans because the results aren't going well. I don't agree with that, and I'd like you to take that back.
Okay, all right, Matt, you've got a minute to respond back to that, and then Lee's got a minute to respond with what he thinks, and the chat will decide who is the winner. Here is the clock. Matt, go.
Come on, Lee.
Oh, he's on mute. I've left him on mute. Brilliant. Hang on. There you go. You're off mute now. I'll restart the clock. Are you ready? Go.
Yeah, go for it. Look, let me go on record, right, to say I do think what they've done to the stadium is fantastic. I've said that many times, and I really like the fact that all the Rotherham fans after the game were going down and reading it. I thought it was really, really good, and I liked all the other stuff that went down the side. I think it's fantastic because the only thing Marcus Evans ever did to Portman Road was put his own name on it. But don't get away from the fact that the Americans and Ashton and Mike O'Leary, they're affable, they're coming across really, really well, and everyone is really happy with how it is with those guys on the pitch, off the pitch. But it does paper over the backs on the pitch a little bit. And owners and clubs always look, and marketing departments and commercial departments and communications departments will always try and see how they can appease the fans and what we would call in football industry an easy win to placate the fans, especially when you're, to placate the fans, because, we are 11th in the table.
10.
7 points away from 6, light years away from the top 2. It does keep the fans on side when results aren't very good. That's my take on it.
All right. That is the Media Mogul's response, Lee. You've got a minute to come back to it.
Come on, Lee.
Lay the wood on him, Lee, because this is it. Go.
That's just absolute rubbish. If you think that fans would fall for that, the club is in good hands. There's a long-term plan. We've got a long-term future with long-term investment, and people like you, Matt, and bloody fishermen. All they're after is let's change the manager every 5 minutes. Let's get people out. We have proper people running this club, and we need to let them run the club the way they want to run the club. That's my view. Chopping and changing the manager every 5 minutes is not going to do that. There's a lot of apathy starting to run in the club. We need to knock that out. We need to stick together, go and enjoy the football. And people who are saying that the football is boring and rubbish, well, we had Freddie Sears on the left wing this time last season, and we have different players now. That's my say.
Perfect.
These are a different point. We were talking about the
perfect. Love it. I've put the poll in the chat. Who won the debate? Mr. Anderson or the Media Mogul, while the group decides that.
Hang on, Matt. You spent 30 seconds talking about something else as well. Yeah, in actual fact, I think you only took about 3 seconds to answer the point.
I don't care if I win this poll. I just want me 6 points back on the bleeding prediction thing.
That's Matt for you. Lee, before I let you go, what did you make of yesterday while the chat decides who won that debate?
God, I'm with Cruncher on virtually everything that he said when he got animated earlier. Why are we booing a win? Why would you boo a win? I don't get it. And people are saying that the game was boring. I'm still entertained. We're not going to win every game. We're not going to play well for 90 minutes. You can't do that. No football team does that ever. So why would Ipswich be doing that? I don't understand where people are coming from. And to say, oh, because Crewe are bottom, we should be thrashing them. This is professional football. League One is now full of top coaches. We have so much more talent coming through in this country and players playing football. League One now is probably the Championship 10, 15 years ago, without doubt. And teams are set up to come to Portman Road and disrupt the way we play. I said it right at the start of the season. You better watch the away games because you're gonna see us play probably better in some of the away games, and I think that's been proven with some of the away results. So, I'm still entertained. Edwards, I mean, I'm going to say it because Crunch just said I'd say it. 2-0 up, okay? 2-0 up, and Bond misses an open goal. That's not Cook's fault. That's not the way the game goes. Look at the build-up to that goal. Look at the way Edwards cut in, beat his player, lays the ball off to Selena, who lays that ball one touch across to Bond on a plate, on an absolute plate, and he misses. And it's not like, oh, it's a chance where we've taken a shot from 30 yards or it's been blocked. That is a goal, that's got to go in. And that is a completely different game.
That's football, isn't it? It's small margins. You go back to Sunderland, Selena, the 2 chances he misses there. It is small margins.
There is. And I think I just wonder why fans go to games and watch it sometimes. Because there's no God-given right to go up and beat these teams. We've signed some really good players. Yes, we have. But a lot of those are good League One players. It's not like they've all come down from the Championship or they've all come from the Premier League, is it? We've got good League One players playing in League One. So we aren't going to steamroll the teams every week. And we just have to... I don't understand how people don't accept that. And I don't understand where people think the game's boring. On Saturday. I mean, we didn't do well in that all the time. Of course not. But I like Stephen's point about we pressed really well first half, pushed all high, the whole team presses. We win the ball. We really dominate most of the first half. Second half, the front three press, the midfield and the defence are sitting on the halfway line. They play through us, and then all of a sudden we're being counter-attacked. That's the bit that frustrates me. On the ball, I think we're quite exciting. Off the ball, that's where we need to sort ourselves out.
Perfect. Lee, real pleasure having you on the show tonight. You have won the debate. The chat has decided. The poll has overwhelmingly gone in your favour. There is no Brexit controversy here. It is overwhelming.
Lee clapped to me, got relegated. You've got to raise your expectations, Lee.
You can't call me a happy... I'm not a happy clapper.
Well, you sat in the
stand at the Swans in Reading game, and I had a tear in my eye. I had tears in my eyes.
Crunch. Which one of these two is punching up?
Which one's what?
Punching up. Because, they're roughly the same sort of size. Which one's smaller, do you reckon?
Which one's... He just wears big trainers.
Which one's aiming at Wayne?
Yeah. I've got bigger trainers. Yeah, but I'm a heavyweight compared to Matt. He doesn't eat, and I eat too much.
Listen, I love both of you.
I wrongly thought we were going to be challenging top 2, and as I've said before, I put a bet on to be champions.
You're just happy that you're losing 10 quid, aren't you, Matt? You're unhappy that Teddy's going down the drain.
I normally win my bets, so that's annoying me. But look, we're not even anywhere near 6 for the moment.
No. We weren't going to make top 2. We weren't going to make top 2 after 8 games.
No.
That was gone. I said that months ago.
I was hearing we're going to go unbeaten a couple of weeks ago on the platform.
Some people thought we'd get 15 points from the first 5 games, like.
Yeah, Cruncher said me and you could play a centre half, Matt.
Do you remember that?
I do. I have my boots for everything.
We'll go unbeaten if we have a winter break.
Well, that's true. Well, yeah. Ronnie says, I love this show. The differing opinions is what football is all about. Lee, we appreciate you. We love you. Look after
Cheers,
yourself.
guys. Love you, man.
Thank you for popping on and giving Matt the debate and just laying the smack it down.
If it's for the benefit of the club, I don't mind being proved wrong, but I will probably be proved right.
Absolutely. Let's leave it there. A great show as always. An hour and 5 in the can. We've got a busy week this week. We've got Wednesday, Town versus Arsenal. This is kind of embarrassing to me because I remember sitting in the Cobble stand, the same seat, and watching us play Arsenal in the Premier League. But this week we'll be playing Arsenal under 21s in the Papa John's Trophy. That's the 7:45, I believe, kickoff. So 7:15 is the pre-game show. Myself, Steve, and Neil.
League Cup semi-final. We played them in the goals.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was Arsenal, and then the week after was Man United with Ruud van Nistelrooy. I won't say whether he dived or not, but he did. For their was it a 1-0 win?
1-0. Yeah, that relegated us basically.
It did. It did. Bramble, I think, clipped his heels. I think it was a penalty in reality. I joke. I think it was.
Keane hit the bar in that game, didn't he?
Did he? Don't remember that. Just remember the penalty. But yeah, so then we play Arsenal in the Cup. So that's 7:15, myself, Steve and Neil. And then we've got Barrow, end of the week, press conference on the Friday. Anything else coming up this week, boys?
Very special show dropping tomorrow night. That's all we're going to say.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better without what's been holding